Yes, guys, we are making Ghanaian Bofrot. Now, this is really interesting because essentially I could have made like fufu with some type of stew. But, last week I did a dessert, and this week I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and make their very famous street food, their donuts. And so the thing behind this was years ago, I had this hairstylist and she went to visit Ghana and she just went on and on and on about how amazing those donuts were. She said she would get so many at a time and just eat them all night long. And it stuck with me. Can you believe that? So now when it was time to do this challenge, I said, you know something, let's do this, right? And so as you can see, I already prepared the yeast, and now I'm going to create the dry mixture of flour, sugar, nutmeg, and some salt. And so after I mix that up a bit, then I'm going to now pour that yeast in into the dry mixture so that we can form a nice old gooey donut Bofrot mixture to fry it up. So these are basically fried donuts. Now, guys, if you've learned by now, I love to bake. I love to make desserts. I definitely love to fry. I don't think I mentioned that, but I do love to fry. And so, this part was actually really therapeutic for me. I really love stuff like this. It's so, and I mean, when I say years ago, guys, I mean years ago. Now, I know I said that I don't typically eat outside of American food, but this is actually something that I've tasted before, so I knew what to expect. I knew what I was kind of looking for. So I was, I was actually kind of proud of myself. Like, yeah, girl, you stepped out the box and actually ate something that wasn't typical, And so I was just really excited about this. My children, they were they were definitely excited about this. I'm not gonna lie, they really love this one. But what I think is so amazing is that as the letters go by. As the letters go by, they're starting to love each one more and more. It's almost like our palates are developing, not even slowly, but just surely. Our palates are developing surely. And so as you can see, I'm still mixing it up, and I just want to get every lump out. And as you see me mixing it, it's getting, you can see the consistency changing. You see how it's going. And so I'm just kind of mixing it, getting it together, getting into it, look, guys, I really love stuff like this. And so, this it's so simple, just yeast, flour, water. Oh, and that's another thing. Once you combine the yeast to the dry mixture, you then begin to mix it and you add water, little by little until you get that correct consistency that you need to make that type of, that gooey consistency. And I don't know if gooey is the correct word, but we're just going to stick with that for now. That gooey consistency. Did you see the smile on my face? I'm serious. I really love doing stuff like this. I'm just taking time to make sure I didn't have any extra lumps. Doing it by hand is, I don't know, it's so old school, and I love old school, y'all. I really do. So doing it by hand, but as far as this, because I've never made anything quite like this before in really African food, I didn't want to try to do it with a mixture and with bread, I didn't want to start it off with a mixture or anything like that. I wanted to straight do it by hand just so that I know it's going to be done right. No one's trying to do this over, And so, so I let it rest for about 2.5 hours. And from there, I poured. So now I had some time to heat the oil after the 2.5 hours are done. Not 2.5 hours, excuse me. Look, I'm still in France. I'm at 2 hours. And now after that, you can see, and I'm just taking all the air out, just getting it all low, getting all that air out. Yes. Oh, it is red tea, right? Oh, look how beautiful golden they are. They are so beautiful. I was like, okay, how is this going to work? It wasn't the perfect ball, but honestly, the way that my family loved it, they said that this was their favorite country yet. Like, they are like, please, like my husband said, please, if you have to make this a bunch of times. So all that means to me is I have to get my circles perfected, but the flavor is still there. The nice crunch on the outside and the softness on the inside. Oh, look how beautiful they look. Oh, so beautiful. And so I couldn't help myself. So I topped it off with some powdered sugar. Not really sure if that's traditional, but listen, it's so good with the powdered sugar. And yeah, that's really it. I'm really excited about this one, guys. Please make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate your support. And don't forget to like and comment. Tell me your thoughts. So, are you ready for our next stop?